winners of 14 straight, including one just here yesterday. The Washington Huskies look to increase that streak as they face off against the Michigan Wolverines in their second of their series of 3 here on this little overcast day, Saturday afternoon. For WCBN Sports, I'm Reynold, joined by Max Bianco. Max, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, as you mentioned, Michigan versus Washington. Michigan is coming in tied last in the Big Ten. They're 0-4 in conference play, looking to break a 4-game losing streak. But Washington coming in at the top of the Big Ten, 7-0 in conference play. It should be a nice, fun matchup for the Wolverines and the Huskies.
Yeah, this Huskies team is dangerous. A pretty back-and-forth game yesterday, but they were just able to squeak one out against the Wolverines. Wolverines looking to get back into the win column, 19-9 overall so far this season. What do you think is going to be the key to success this game?
I think for Michigan, it's going to be having to limit the errors. Yesterday against Washington, they had 4 errors, which led to 4 unearned runs to being scored throughout the duration of the game. Michigan is going to have to shore up their defense and really make sure they're backing up their pitcher properly if they're going to take the win today.
For sure. Gabby Ellis will be getting the start today for the Michigan Wolverines. She's 8-3 so far this year with 7 games starting. What do you think? What are you looking forward for her to do so far, or today in this matchup?
Yeah, so for the Huskies, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They've got some pretty good bats. They have 2 players hitting over 400 in their lineup today, Casey Burdick and Alexis DeBoer. And yeah, both of them batting .417. Pretty tough outs. They get on base a lot. They have 3 players in the lineup today getting on base over 500. So they just need to keep the train moving, play the small ball, get everybody on base if they're going to rack up some runs against Michigan's best pitcher.
Lauren Putz, the sophomore this year, has tallied 12 home runs. What role do you think she'll have to play today to squeak out a win against this very talented Huskies team?
Say that again?
I was talking about Lauren Putz. She has 12 home runs on the year. What do you think she has to do today to squeak one out against the Huskies?
Yeah, I mean, she's just got to come up with another good bat. She had a decent game yesterday against Washington. She actually went 2 for 2 with 2 runs and 2 walks. So as long as she stays hot, and has another similar performance to last game, she should be able to, pull some offense together for this Michigan team. She's been a true spark plug for them so far this season.
For sure. The Wolverines had their opening day yesterday. Didn't go the way they wanted, but today, hopefully they're looking to turn that around.
Yeah, they could tie up the series at 1-1 and, give this really good Washington team their first conference loss and break up that win streak that looks so nice. Michigan so far, at home 0-1. They played pretty well at home last season. We like their home field advantage, and today, with a crosswind blowing left, we shouldn't see too many things fly all the way out unless it's going right towards the scoreboard in left field. But besides that, the offense is probably going to have to be generated on the ground.
Yeah. Like you said, a little bit of windy, a little bit of wind. Sun should be coming out here within the next 30 minutes, within the hour. So hopefully it warms up just a little bit. As the Wolverines continue to introduce their lineups, looks like we're about to wrap up and get into some game action.
Yeah, to walk you through the lineup real quick, batting first and playing second base is Indiana Langford. Batting second and playing center field is Janissa Conway. Batting third and playing right field is Lauren Putz. Batting fourth, batting cleanup and playing first base is Aaron Hohen. And batting fifth, playing left field, is Ella Stevenson. Batting 6th and catching today is Lily Valamont. Batting 7th and batting 7th, yeah, and playing shortstop is going to be Avery Fantuzzi. Batting 8th and is our designated player for today is going to be Maddie Erickson. And then batting 9th, we should have, and playing third base is Janelle Ilakwa.
Wolverines looking to create some offense today with that lineup, but it will be the Huskies batting first. Wolverines on defense to start out this one here at the top of the first inning.
Yeah, and to walk you through Washington's lineup real quick before we start play, leading off is their center fielder, Casey Burdick. Batting second and playing first is Alexis DeBoer. Batting third and playing third base is Giselle Alvarez. Batting fourth and playing catcher is Jaden Glab. Batting fifth and playing second base is Allie Hetzel. Batting sixth and playing left field is Ava Carroll. Batting seventh is shortstop Melody Acevedo. And looks like we're starting play.
So Gabby Ellis with the first pitch.
It's called strike.
A little hard to see from here, but Gabby Ellis now.
All right, that's a ball just outside with the slap bunt attempt from Casey Burdick. Third pitch on the way. Right down the middle. That's strike two. 1-2 count.
2-2 count, I believe.
2-2 count.
Yep.
I missed it. Okay. 2-2 count. As Ellis steps up to the line in her motion, delivers, slap bunt down the left field line, gets past the third baseman, and Burdick starts her day off with a single.
Burdick batting solid 417 so far and getting on base 50% of the time, so trending in her usual direction here.
Absolutely. Now stepping up to the plate is DeBoer. She's batting righty, and she takes a first pitch strike. Curveball looping in there for Ellis. 0-1 count. Runner on first. Washington wearing their white tops, purple bottoms today. Michigan in the all blue. Slap swing down to third, double play action, over to first, and they got him.
Beautiful defense by the Wolverines, straight to Indiana Langford, the leader of this team, leadoff hitter as well. Senior fires it right back to first for the double play. Great job by the Wolverines defense there.
Beautiful execution, wiping off the runner on base and making sure they limit the damage early in this game. They got into a little bit of trouble yesterday. Here's the first pitch, and it's smacked into right field. That one's going to be a single, but it gets away from number 2, Lauren Putz. So looks like Alvarez is going to advance over to second.
Putz there had a clean look at it, but just stumbled there. Gives up the double.
Yeah, sliding on what would have been a backhand play for her. Ball just hopped onto her glove and got away from her. So now Washington has tallied 2 hits early in this game, runner on second and 2 outs. Up next, we've got Glab batting righty. Here's the pitch. Curveball loops in for a strike. We got an 0-1 count to start. Glab takes the second pitch high on the fastball. Got a 1-1 count, 2 outs. All tied up at 0-0. Here's Ellis bending into position, delivering the pitch. Low strike right on the bottom of the zone. 1-2 count.
That one was a great pitch by Ellis there. Like you said, just caught the bottom of the zone. Beautiful strike by her.
Love it. Glad batting .412 on the season so far. That pitch comes in a little errant. We got a 2-2 count now.
Looks like the Washington dugout did not appreciate that call.
Shows bunt, picks it up, swings, popped up, caught by shortstop.
Avery
Franucci, yep. And that's going to end the inning for the top of the inning for the Wolverines as they'll come up to bat next.
Yeah, this is a great start for the Wolverines. You give up a few hits, but that double play created by Indiana Langford and then the fly out caught by Fantucci. Great start for the Wolverines here. You definitely don't want to get behind this Huskies team, especially because they are just so dangerous offensively.
Right, yeah, and yesterday we saw that when they jumped out to a 2-0 lead after the first inning. Michigan managed to rally back, scoring 1 in the second and 2 in the third. But once again, the Huskies, they put up these runs in droves. They put up 3 in the fourth, and from there on managed to keep their lead till the 7th and close out the game in what would have been a 9-7 win yesterday.
So Indiana Langford will be up first to bat for the Wolverines. She's batting .400 this year. 3 RBIs. No homers yet, but
yeah,
very solid hitter.
We see her score a lot of runs. She knows how to get on base for sure. She definitely utilizes that slap bunt well. We've seen it in the past with her. It's, you know, typical for the leadoff batter, and she really knows how to execute, especially as the lefty. She's got a little bit of edge in the box there as well.
She will be going against left-handed pitcher Ryan Maddox. 1-2 in her game so far, 24 appearances. Yeah,
giving up 15 earned runs in her 17 innings pitched so far. She's got a 6.1 ERA. Decent pitcher in the rotation for Washington, but doesn't get as many appearances and innings as expected. So this start for her is pretty good. Here's the first pitch. We see Langford try to make the slap bunt, but the pitch is low. We've got a 1-0 count. Slap bunt down to third base, who crashed, and Langford is thrown out at first. A nice play there by Giselle Alvarez.
Yeah, she got to that ball immediately right down that third base line and just rifled it right over to first. No hesitation there, straight to Alexis DeBoer. So far, good defense by the Huskies to clean up that slap hit.
First pitch delivered to Conway is a strike. She's a lefty batter stepping into the box. Second pitch, slap down to second base. It's hopped over there and thrown over to first. That's going to get the second out against the Wolverines.
So far, this Huskies defense has been unrelenting. They're right on top of these ground hits and just rifling all straight to Alexis DeBoer.
Yeah, pretty good fundamental play by Hetzel there.
Oren Putz now, best hitter for the Wolverines, 12 home runs so far this season.
First pitch is called a strike on the outside edge. 0-1 count. Curveball loops in just a little low. It's going to be 1-1 count against Putz. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches the outside edge. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Another great pitch from Maddox there.
She's starting off this game fairly strong as well.
Yeah, yesterday we saw an offensive battle. This one we might end up seeing a defensive one, but still early here. That pitch sails just a little bit high for Maddox. It's going to be 2-2 count. Ooh. The Washington Huskies wanted that one, but that third pitch was just a little bit low. Full count, 2 outs against Putz. Nobody on base. The outfield shifted a little bit towards the right field line because Putz is a lefty. Full count is fouled off back into the netting. We're going to reset here for another pitch. Putz steps out of the box to collect herself, which you'd expect in this situation. Trying to get a little bit of a 2-out rally going here. And that pitch is popped up, and it's going to go just foul out of play by the left field line. Remains a full count. Also today we have our baseball team at home playing just across the way from the softball team. They're playing Nebraska. Interesting to see how that game's going. We'll have to get a score update for you in a second. And that full count pitch is bounced, and Putz is going to go ahead and round and take first.
If you're the Wolverines, you'll take that with Aaron Hain coming up to bat as well. On cleanup, backs against the wall, 2 outs. Looking to make some magic happen.
Yeah, that was a great at-bat, though. I mean, you know, getting to full count, getting 2 foul balls, and managed to draw the walk. You know, she had 2 walks yesterday. She's looking pretty good start for her already. In position, looking like she's ready to steal once the pitch is delivered. And now stepping up to the plate, we have Erin Hohen. As a right-handed batter, she's going to go ahead and take that first pitch low. 1-0 count. 2 outs, runner on first. Defense playing straight up. Here's Maddox into her delivery. Pitch is delivered and fouled back down towards the Washington dugout. 1-1 count. The crowd can feel a 2-out rally brewing for the Wolverines. And there's the third pitch delivered low and away. 2-1 count. Here's the delivery, and it's crushed.
Oh, wow.
Hohen smacks it right to center field, unfortunately right at the defender, and that's going to be the 3rd out for the Wolverines to end the first inning.
Great contact by her, though. Straight down the center, like you said. Just got a little bit more oomph, and that probably could have been gone.
Yeah, nice line drive hitting there. Just a little bit more under it, and we probably could have seen that one go. Unfortunate for the Wolverines as they leave 1 runner stranded here in the first, and we're still tied up 0-0.
What did you see from the Wolverines so far this game? Some positives, I feel, has got to be their defense. I mean, this is a dangerous Huskies team, and they played that very, very well. And then at bat, you got some good contact going, and got 1 runner on base, but
yeah, it was pretty good for Michigan in the first inning to get through the toughest part of the Washington lineup at the top, and you know, execute without giving up any runs. So this time they're going to be facing a little bit of an easier setup in the lineup. Hopefully they can get a clean 1-2-3 and get back at the bats. Also, later today, make sure to tune into WCBN coverage of the Big Ten Championship here in Ann Arbor at the Yost Ice Arena. And that is going to be against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Should be yet another fun matchup. Michigan's already 2-0 against them so far this season. Or swept
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
They swept both series. They're 2-0 in this 2 series they played them. So, once again, another cool rivalry matchup. Cool to see it come in the Big Ten Championship for hockey. And here we got Allie Hetzel stepping up to the plate. She takes the first pitch strike down the middle from Ellis. Second pitch on the way. Fouled off on the check swing. That was high. It's going to be 0-2 count. Already finding herself in a hole.
0-2 count. This is exactly what you want if you're Gabby Ellis, junior pitcher. Seeing her first real action this year.
And that third pitch is fouled down the left field line towards the dugout. It's going to remain 0-2. Fighting to stay alive here is Hetzel. Ellis squats into position, delivers the pitch. Ooh, very close on the inside call. Could have been 50-50, but the count's going to be 1-2.
Heard some groans from the Wolverine faithful here. A lot of people thought that would look to be inside, calling it a strike, but just a little bit low.
1-2 pitch. It's flied into left field and unfortunately dropped by Stevenson.
Ella Stevenson, yeah. Air by her in left field.
Unfortunately, it did get away from her a little bit too, so that one's going to end up being a 2-base air hit for, or as of right now, they have it ruled as a hit. It was a difficult play towards the line, but off the glove, so that's going to be a double for Hetzel. First pitch coming in a little low. 1-0 count to Ava Carroll, the left-handed batter.
Ava Carroll, the junior, 30 games, 30 starts. Batting around 360. That one is a ball.
2-0 count coming to Carroll. Ellis squats into position. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the low and away corner. Great pitch. 2-1 count.
Beautiful
now.
pitch by Gabby Ellis there. Right in that bottom corner.
Lily Valamont behind the plate catching. Makes sure to look back the runner on second. Here's the pitch. It's flied back and out of play towards the parking lot. That one just barely escapes a car.
Man,
for Carroll.
that was really close to a car, actually.
That was really funny. Lucky getaway for that truck parked out there. 2-2 count now for Carroll. Ellis on the line. Here's the pitch. And it's flied into the gap between center and right. Caught and thrown over to the cutoff person in between center and third.
Great play there by Janisa Conway.
That's going to be the first out of this half inning for the Wolverines.
Janisa Conway, one of the best hitters for the Wolverines, but she can hold her own in center field as well.
Yeah, that's just what speed can do for you. Here's the first pitch coming towards Acevedo. And it's right back to the pitcher and goes over to first for the second out. However, the runner's going to advance down to third for Washington. So now with a runner on third, looking for anything, find some grass in the outfield, get the first run of the day for either of these teams. Stepping up is Mila Reddy. She's only started 3 games this season. This one's going to make her 4th. 13. This would be her 14th at bat. Only 1 hit so far on the season.
Takes the ball that first pitch.
Here's the second one. That's going to be a strike, top of the zone on the fastball for Ellis. 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner on third. Defense playing straight up against the right-handed batter. Ellis into her squat. Here's the pitch. Curveball, top of the zone, fouled back by Reddy into the netting. 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2. Fastball at the top of the zone, fouled back into the Washington dugout. Stays on the 1-2 count. Reddy fighting to stay alive here with these foul balls. She was a little bit early on that one.
Yeah, if you're Gabby Ellis, this is exactly the position you want to be in. 1-2 count. Looking to get that third out.
Ball flied into right field and caught. That's going to end the top of the second for the Wolverines, and they'll come out to bat next.
Easy play there for Lauren Putz. Got some fairly good contact by Reddy, but straight to Putz right in right field. And easy play there. And the Wolverines still playing amazing defense so far this game. They look back up on the offense. It'll be Ella Stevenson to lead off.
And then up behind her, we're going to have Lily Valamont and Avery Fantuzzi.
So far, the Wolverines holding their own against this very talented Washington Huskies squad.
So far, Michigan Wolverines hitless on the day. Washington's tallied 3 hits. One of those coming as a double in the last inning. It was pretty good for Ellis to get out of that jam, make sure the game stays at 0-0.
Baseball score update for you. Looks like the Nebraska Cornhuskers are up 2-0 against the Wolverines at the top of the second inning.
And here we are in the bottom of the second. Ella Stevenson batting right-handed. Here's the first pitch from Maddox. Up and away on the fastball. 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch comes in at the top of the zone for a strike. That's the 1-1 count now.
Ella Stevenson, a Michigan native, one of many on this team. I think that kind of shows the culture that this Wolverine softball team has built, keeping a lot of the homegrown talent.
For sure, as that pitch is popped up behind first base and caught by number 16 for Washington. That is
Alexis DeBoer.
Yes. She started every game this season. Here's Lily Valamont now, batting right-handed. Here's the first pitch, coming in low on the fastball. 1-0 count. Second pitch delivery. Strike on the inside corner. 1-1.
Beautiful pitch by Maddox there.
Yeah, great spot. Maddox in her windup delivers. That one catches the outside corner this time. 2 good pitches back to back for the 1-2 count now against Valamont. Yet to swing.
Yeah, not where you want to be if you're Valamont, getting behind on the count already.
Pitcher's count. Here's the delivery. It's fouled back into the netting. Remains 1-2. 1 out so far. Defense playing straight up here against the right-handed batter. As the sun starts to peek out a little bit, it's been kind of shading on and off. Here's the delivery on the 1-2. A ball low and away. 2-2 count. Two-two pitch delivered high and away from the zone. Full count now to Valamont with 1 out. Looking to get Michigan's first base runner so far this bottom of the second. Full count delivery popped up behind the circle and caught by the second baseman, Hetzel. So that's going to put away Valamont for the second out of the bottom of the second. Stepping up next, we have Avery Fantuzzi. Looking to tally on Michigan's first hit of the day. Batting right-handed, here's the first pitch. Coming in just a little low. 1-0. Maddox in her windup. Here's the delivery. Very early swing there as it's fouled back towards the left field line there. Going to be 1-1 count with 2 outs.
Maddox so far just a redshirt sophomore, not getting many starts this season, but having a great game so far through 1.5 innings.
Here's the 1-1. Pitch comes in a little low. 2-1 count. Corners in a little bit for this 2-1 count. Here's the pitch, and it's slapped deep into the left field gap, and that one's out of here.
Man.
Michigan's first hit of the day is a home run. An outstanding shot for Avery Fantuzzi. The solo home run gives Michigan the 1-0 lead over Washington.
That is her first home run of the season, straight into center field and over the fence. Great hit by her, perfect contact, and wow, what a way to start the hitting for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that was a true spark plug. Hopefully they can follow up with something good here with Maddie Erickson.
Designated player for today's game, Maddie Erickson.
Maddox in her delivery. Here's the first pitch, and it's high. Probably a little bit shaken after that home run.
Yeah, if you're Ryan Maddox right now, you just have to settle in. You've been playing so well the entire day. Give up 1 home run, can't let it rattle you.
Here's the second pitch. And that one is going to be a hit by pitch for Erickson as she's going to trot on down to first. The wheels coming off a little bit for Maddox here in the bottom of the second. Got to get settled back into it now.
Wolverines, on the other hand, getting some momentum now with 2 outs. Backs against the wall, but getting some momentum on offense here as we have Janelle Lacqua up to bat now.
Yes. Right-handed batter. Corners in just a little bit. First pitch high as the catcher makes the throw back to first after the quick lead by Erickson. She dives back safely. Yeah, Jaden Glab on that snap throw back to first for Washington. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's delivered high on the curveball, up out of the zone, 2-0 now. with 2 outs, runner on first. And looks like we're going to get a visit to the pitching circle now for Washington.
Yeah, Ryan Maddox playing so well right up until that home run. And like you said, the wheels falling off just a little bit for this Huskies defense.
Yeah, and when Maddox was getting batters so early timed on the ball that when she threw a fastball and got the Michigan Wolverine batters like back on time with the pitch, I mean, it ended up out of the field. So probably the better idea to stick with the changeups, maybe the slow stuff. Keep the Wolverines early and fouling it back as we just saw there to make it a 2-1 count.
For sure.
Two-one pitch, curves in, just clips the top of the zone. Here's the 2-2 now.
Was a fantastic pitch, like you said, just right on top of the zone.
Yeah, after a home run, a hit by pitch, and 2 balls, it's a good way to get back in it with these back-to-back strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's up and away. It's going to get a full count with 2 outs now here for Janelle Ilaquia. Full count is fouled back into the netting. One-run lead for Michigan in the bottom of the second. Here's the full count pitch. The delivery is fouled back into the netting yet again.
Barely just
staying
nicked
alive.
That one off. Like you said, staying alive.
Yeah, working up that pitch count for Maddox. Full count delivery, and this one slapped into left field, unfortunately right at the defender, and that's going to close out the bottom of the second for the Wolverines, as we'll look to see the Huskies take up the bats in the top of the third.
I mean, for the Wolverines, you take that home run, bringing the energy by Avery Fantucci. Fantastic by her.
Yeah, we'll see if the Huskies have an answer here coming up in the top of the third. We'd have Sophie Mazzola, and then we'd go back to the top of the order with Casey Burdick and Alexis DeBoer.
Yeah, for the Wolverines, you've been playing amazing on defense so far, and you actually lead in this game, something they did not do at all yesterday was lead. They were tied in a few moments, but never had the lead, so 1 run to nothing. They're going to keep that momentum going on defense. Gabby Ellis so far has had a phenomenal game. They're going to continue that.
Absolutely. Yeah, yesterday they had 4 errors. This time they looked like they've cleaned it up so far. There have been some playable balls on the doubles that Washington has had so far today, but once again, those ones were a little bit tough with the defenders having to come across the field to make those plays, so they haven't been ruled as errors and have been good pieces of hitting for Washington, but yet to string a couple together enough to score a run.
Yeah, I think the biggest stat line of this game so far is Washington leading the Wolverines in hits 3-1. However, the Wolverines are still up by 1 after that home run by Fantucci.
Yes.
It's a great start by Ellis there.
Absolutely. As they always say, best first pitch is a strike. A 1 count here to Mazzola from Ellis. Here's the 1. And that one is going to just barely miss the top of the zone. 1-1 count. Ellis gets the pitch call from her glove. Delivers the pitch, and that one is fouled off on the very early swing from the lefty hitter back towards the Michigan dugout. 1-2 count.
Another pitcher's count for Gabby Ellis. She's been doing a really good job of keeping the count on her side.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, limiting the walks is always a great way to limit the runs. You know, getting ahead early in the count really opens up the whole pitch selection for Ellis as she delivers a ball high to make it 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch now. That one's going to come in right at the bottom of the zone. Call strike 3. Strike out looking for the bottom of the lineup, Mazzola. And now here we got Burdick coming up top of the lineup, the lefty batter, looking to get something going. But now we've got one out. Her first, in the top of the third.
Her first strikeout of the day, and that one was a beauty right at the bottom of the zone.
First pitch delivery, slap bunt attempt, as this one's going to catch the zone for a strike. 0-1 start, once again getting ahead early for Ellis. Second pitch catches the bottom of the zone with yet another, with no swing from Washington.
Gabby Ellis is feeling it right now.
Yeah, she put some heat on that one. She's firing into the zone right now. Bunt showed by Burdick. Slap bunt attempted, and that one is fouled, just barely tipped and back into the dugout. Remains 0-2 count with one out here, nobody on. And with that slap bunt attempt, looks like the infield's going to come in just a little bit closer. Crashing on that play. Here's the 0-2. Fired in and just low. Looked like that one could have been another called strike for the second strikeout of the day for Ellis.
A lot of Michigan fans thought that was a strike. Like you said, just low. 1-2 count, however, still staying ahead.
The 1-2 to Burdick. That one is just outside on the far side of the plate. 2-2 now. Squatting and now winding up is Ellis as Burdick gets the chopper down to first. Very easy and clean play there for Aaron Hohen.
Yeah, straight to that first base line and just picks it up, steps right on the base, and Wolverines, they've scored themselves 2 outs now and looking really good as Gabby Ellis is feeling confident.
Yeah, it's a much better start than the pitching performance she had yesterday where she gave up 4 earned runs. Unfortunately, that first pitch delivered to DeBoer is knocked into shallow center field for their first hit of the inning. That one is going to be a single. So Michigan had their 2-out rally last inning. This inning in the top of the third, we're starting to see Washington get their 2-out rally with that 2-out single. Up next is Alvarez, the left-handed batter. Takes a first pitch curveball strike on the outside edge. That's 0-1 count now to her.
Yeah, going back to that hit by DeBoer, that was a great contact. Just fell right in that dead zone, right on that block M in the middle of the outfield. And Jisa Conway trying her best to get to it in time, but just couldn't.
For sure, as that 0-1 pitch is just a little bit low towards Alvarez. It's a 1-1 count now. Squatting and winding up as Ellis fires it in, low and away. 2-1 count now, falling a little bit behind. Squatting, winding up, delivering. Here's the 2-1, just a little bit low, 3-1 count. Good block there by Lily Valamont. 3-1 count delivered and crushed into center field over the second base, and then collected and fired back into the cutoff person. Once again, Washington stringing together some hits now.
Like you said,
Both
these
DeBoer
two
and
out
Alvarez.
rallies. First with the Wolverines, and now the Huskies looking to make one of their own. 2 runners on base. Back still up against the wall, however, as Jaden Glab now is up to bat.
Looks like we're going to get a pitching circle visit here. Make sure to, keep attacking the zone as always, but try and collect a ground ball here. Lots of force outs available with both a runner at first and second. So, Reynold, tell me, what have you liked so far this game?
For me, it really has to be this defense. I think that this Washington team, I mean, we saw it yesterday. They scored 9 runs. They're extremely explosive, but so far, at the top of the 3rd inning, giving up 5 hits but 0 runs, and Gabby Ellis is playing phenomenal. Just a junior this year, 8-3 record. Obviously, that's a very, very good record, but this defense for the Wolverines, that double play in the 1st inning and then having some good efforts here.
Yeah, and as that quick break ends with the pitching visit, Glab's going to step in to the right-handed hitter batting box. First pitch delivered right down the middle for a strike, as Ellis is now getting ahead. Glab, pretty dangerous hitter. She's 3rd on the team with 24 RBIs this season. She's got 2 on base for her to drive in. Showing bunt right now with 2 outs on the 0-1 count, however. Here's the delivery. She draws back the bunt and takes a strike down the middle. 0-2 count. Michigan 1 pitch away from getting out of a jam. Corners come in as the bunt is showed yet again by Glab. 0-2 count, and it's just high and away as the bunt gets bowled back. Ellis waiting for her pitch call. She gets it, squats into position. Here's the 1-2 delivery, just low. Yet another 50-50 call that could have clipped the bottom of the zone. We're going to see a 2-2 count now towards Glab.
You heard all the groans from the crowd as they all believe that was inside the zone, but just left and out. Gabby Ellis, however, still 2-2.
Glab showing bunt, pulls it back, slaps it back over the stands and out of play. Ellis looking for a way to put away the top of the 3rd here. Get Michigan back on the bats. 2-2 count, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Glab showing bunt. Here's the pitch, and it's high and away. Full count now for Glab. She's worked her way back into an advantage in this at-bat, going from 0-2 to a full count. Full count delivery, pitches high and out of the zone, and that's going to load up the bases for the Huskies as Ellis finds herself in an even bigger jam now with 2 outs. The 2-out rally is really strung together by 2 hits and a walk now for the Huskies.
Yeah,
can they find an answer?
You have number 23, Allie Hetzel, up to bat now with the bases loaded. Gabby Ellis trying to close this one out.
The first pitch just off the plate into the left-handed batter's box. Hetzel, the right-handed batter, she's already got a double today. We saw that one fall down the left field line looking to reproduce with runners on base as she swings underneath that fastball that was at the top of the zone. Great pitch there as we get the 1-1 count.
Yeah, Gabby Ellis has been finding a lot of success with these fastballs so far. We're going to see if she'll kind of go back to it here. 2 outs. Bases loaded.
She loops in the curve right through the middle of the zone. Something a little bit unexpected there, as we were just mentioning, but ends up working. Catches the batter off guard. We got a 1-2 count now. Called strike. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Corners pinched as she swings through that one and tips it back to the netting. 1-2 count still for Hetzel.
By Hetzel there, keeping herself alive, following that one off.
Yeah, I mean, she saw her teammate Glab right in front of her keep fouling and fight through an 0-2 count to get to a full count and eventually earn a walk. Looking to do the same thing here. 1-2 pitch as Ellis delivers. Fastball fouled back and away towards the side, the right field line. Remains a 1-2 count. The runners took off there. They're going to have to go collect themselves.
Yeah, you talk about how relentless this Huskies team is, especially on offense. As you just mentioned, Jaden Glab down 0-2, fought her way back up. Hetzel looking to do the same thing.
And that 1-2 count is delivered on the fastball by Ellis as the crowd begins to boo the umpire. That one had a lot of plate coverage on it, and it's now a ball. 2-2 count, 2 outs for Hetzel.
That one for sure definitely looked like a strike to me, but called a ball. 2-2 count. Gabby Ellis now.
The delivery comes in a little bit low on that changeup. Out of the zone. Full count now as Allie has worked it from 1-2 back to 3-2. Finds herself the advantage. 2 outs. Bases loaded. 3-2 count. Will Ellis go with the fastball? Yes, she does. Gets the strikeout to get out of the jam for the 3rd out. Clearing out the top of the 3rd for Ellis. That was an absolutely clutch pitch. I love the call there as well, seeing that Hetzel had fouled back pitches and was a little bit late on that fastball, pumping the gas right down the middle, gets her to swing through it and get herself out of the jam as Washington Huskies remain scoreless. It's a 1-0 game for the Wolverines as they take up the bats now here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, Wolverines back to the top of the lineup with Indiana Langford. And, man, if you're Gabby Ellis, you've got to be feeling great about yourself right now. I mean,
yeah, for
giving up 5 hits but 0 runs, and that fastball has been working beautifully.
Yeah, getting out of a jam like that is just resounding, you know, for the whole team. Is they're going to carry that momentum onto the bats now. They've had success already. Looking to string together a couple hits all together. We saw Langford ground out the first time she was up to bat. She gets on base quite a lot. She gets on base over 500, over 50% of the time. She is a great leader on this team, so we'll see if she gets off to a quick start and gets Michigan back on the board. Maybe put up a crooked number, get a good lead up against this tough Huskies team who's still yet to lose in conference play.
Yeah, you talk about leadership. You look no further than Indiana Langford, senior captain of this team. One of the best hitters as well.
All right, Langford steps into the left-handed batter's box. Straight up stance. The entire infield playing in. Here's the slat bunt shown, pulled back as the pitch goes low out of the zone. 1-0 count for Langford. Maddox gets the pitch call. Here's the windup in the delivery. Yet another fastball low out of the zone. Trying to keep it low, force a ground ball there so the pinched infield can make a play on it.
2-0 count.
Here's the 2-0 delivery. And that one's going to find the zone on the outside edge. 2-1.
Yeah, Ryan Maddox started this game off pretty hot, obviously giving up the home run in the last time the Wolverines were up bat. But still, having a very solid game.
She's trying to work herself back into this at-bat. That one's not going to find the zone, however. It's a 3-1 count. Langford pretty good at drawing walks here as well. So here's the delivery, and she's going to take that pitch low and find herself a free 60 feet. And now she's on first. Michigan, great start, got their leadoff person on base. Can they get their second hit of the day, get this rally going?
Janisa Conway, another one of these leaders on this Wolverines team.
She takes her first pitch low on the changeup, digging herself into the left-handed batter's box. The corners are in for the Huskies, but the middle of the infield is playing back. Here's Maddox with the delivery, and that one's crushed all the way past the right field foul pole, as that one's going to sail out of here past the stands. And yet another home run for the Wolverines, a 2-run shot for Janisa Conway, as the Wolverines are going to take a 3-run lead here against the Huskies.
That's her 7th home run of the season, and the Wolverines are hot. Janisa Conway, like you said, lefty hitter, just bombs it straight out right field.
Yes, crushing bats so far. Michigan playing the large ball, the big ball today rather than the small ball. And here's the first pitch now from Maddox, trying to bounce back. It's a ball up and out of the zone to Putz.
Lauren Putz, yet another dangerous hitter. I mean, this top of the lineup for the Wolverines, so dangerous. And Ryan Maddox, as that pitch is very low, hits into the ground, into the dirt.
Yeah, Maddox once again rattled like she was after the home run in both the second and the third inning now. Looking
like
to pitch around Putz. Yeah. Call to the bullpen here. Putz is going to have to come out. And coming in is going to be number 20.
Allie Thompson.
Allie Thompson. The freshman for Washington is going to get here, starting to warm up, as we're going to take a quick break from play. It's going to remain a 2-0 count for Putz when she comes back up to the plate.
How about this for the Wolverines, though? 2 hits and 2 home runs. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than this. One of those home runs being a 2-run home run.
Yeah, especially when the wind's not in their favor. They really had to crush these balls to get them to fly that far and get out of the stadium. Yeah, more runs than they have hit so far. I mean, cashing in on the mistakes of Maddox getting, the walk, the leadoff walk, and then driving in 2 runs all at once. 3-run lead as Washington remains at a goose egg. What do you think Washington can do to get back into this game?
Well, I think they're offensively, they just need to be able to finish it out. Leaving a lot of runners on base has been their issue. They have 5 hits and 0 runs to show for it. Obviously, last time out, bases loaded, and now with the pitching change, you kind of need to get back in a rhythm now. Don't let these Wolverines hitters get some momentum.
And here's the first pitch for Thompson, as it's going to be low out of the zone. I believe that should remain a 3-0 count. Yep. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that one is high out of the zone, and the 4-pitch walk is drawn by Putz to get Michigan yet another base runner here in the third.
Erin Hain is now up to bat, and she Another one of these batters for the Wolverines batting over 400. Yeah, another dangerous hitter.
Aaron Hohen steps into the right-handed batter's box and swings through that low pitch. 0-1 count. Putz gets the call from the third base coach. Could be a potential steal here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bunt shown and drawn back, but that pitch is errant, is going to go to the backstop, and Putz is going to advance to second.
For the Wolverines, you're feeling very, very good about this right now. You already have a runner on second, 0 outs. And a very talented hitter in the box right now.
Yeah, first runner in scoring position so far for Michigan today. They haven't needed it because they've had the home runs, but here's the 1-1 count now to Hohen, and that one's fouled back. Just clipped a piece of it. 1-2 count now. Infield playing a little bit deeper here. Bonnie Thole talking over the upcoming next pitch with Hohen. She's now stepping back into the right-handed batter's box from an open stance. Allie Thompson delivers, and that one's slapped to shortstop and thrown over to first for the out. However, she did her job and managed to advance Putz all the way over to third.
Lauren Putz now on third. The Wolverines only have 1 out. And up to bat, Ella Stevenson.
Yeah, we saw the big ball earlier in this inning with the home run. Now we're seeing the small ball with a walk and a stolen base. And, now we're seeing, the hit to get a runner over to third, 1 out. Here's the first pitch. And it's low on the corner, called strike against Ella Stevenson.
That was a great pitch there by Thompson. And Ella Stevenson, 17 RBIs, hoping to tally another one on this at bat right now.
She's going to foul her second pitch down the left field line. Staying aggressive, 0-2 count though. Looking to battle back into the at-bat here. Anything in the air to the outfield should do it. Putz has the speed to get home on a tag for sure. Stevenson gets a quick word from Bonnie Thole as Thompson settles in and delivers, and that pitch is going to go low on the 1-2 count now. 1 out for Stevenson, looking to drive in the runner on third. Michigan's done a good job at not stranding anybody so far today. 1-2 pitch delivered and fouled into the netting by Stevenson.
Staying alive is Stevenson in this 1-2 count, pitcher's count. Thompson looking to strike her out.
Stevenson steps out of the box really quickly to take a dry swing. And now Thompson settles in for the delivery. Here's the 1-2, and yet fouled again into the dirt. That one is off of Stevenson's leg. She's going to take a second to collect herself. Staying alive. Here's the 1-2. And that one smacked down to shortstop. Play at the plate and called out on the tag.
A very interesting call there.
Wow.
It looked like Putz, because it seemed like the catcher for Washington stepped off of the plate and Putz got in there before.
Bonnie Thole is going to ask the umpires to take another look at this one. Putz had a great slide coming into the plate there. The ball beat her as it was a ground ball to short, coming back to the catcher.
So the Wolverines do challenge, and I mean, honestly, I feel like that it looked pretty obvious from here, and the crowd agrees. Just seemed like the catcher stepped off of the plate, and
Yeah,
Putz did a good job of sliding around, getting a hand onto that home plate before catcher could step back on.
yeah, the ball beat her to the plate for sure, but she made a good slide coming on the back side of the plate with her legs out of the way of the tag to get her left hand onto the plate. I think this will be a successful challenge just from what I saw. But I guess the umpire on the initial ruling saw the catcher's glove hit
maybe a tag on the leg
shoulder.
Or a shoulder.
Yeah.
Very interesting call there. The Wolverine faithful not very happy with that one, that's for sure.
No. And if this one is overturned, which it very well could be, we would see an extra run for Michigan, see the lead extended to be 4-0, and that could potentially be a fielder's choice RBI for Stevenson. And although Thompson came in to pitch for Washington earlier this inning, she's already up to 8 pitches. You know, she's only gotten 1 out. The Washington pitcher struggling so far as they're still taking time to look at this play. Must have been a close call on the field. We're going to get the ruling here soon.
Yeah, you talk about that pitch count. I mean, Wolverine, we just saw it there, multiple foul balls over and over again, and that's going to take a toll on Allie Thompson.
Yeah, so once again, if this play is overturned, there's going to be a runner at first for Michigan. It will be a 4-0 lead. If the call stands on the field, we're going to see 2 outs, runner on first. And up next to bat, we're going to have Lily Valamont either way. She already has 1 at-bat on the day.
0 for 1 so far.
0 for 1. Maybe she'll keep the momentum going for Michigan. Hopefully this is a positive call for the Wolverines.
Yeah, you talk about momentum. This could be the break that the Huskies need to halt some of this momentum. We said earlier, Wolverines 2 hits, 2 home runs, and 3 runs to show for it. Looks like the call is finally here. And it was overturned. So just like we expected, it looked pretty obvious that she got to the plate before the catcher was able to tag her out. So the Wolverines add another run to their tally, and you are going to be very, very confident if you're the Wolverines right now.
Yeah, Valimont, like, seeing the bats in front of her heat up, you can feel confident at the plate now. You know, with a 4-run lead, you've probably got the green light to let it fly a little bit. You know, we've seen both big ball and small ball work so far in this inning with manufacturing offense and getting the big swings. Big 3-run inning for Michigan, putting up that crooked number that they needed to, you know, really cement some momentum and put the Huskies down early, which is always a good thing when you're looking for an upset.
And quite an upset it would be. The Huskies ranked number 17 nationally. Wolverines looking for their first Big Ten win of the season.
Yeah, this game means a lot. Being able to split the series to 1-1 And here's the first pitch delivery from Thompson again, and that one's going to be high on Valamont 1-0. Second pitch delivered now. It's going to be low and away. 2-0 count. Runner on first for Valamont. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's going to catch the upper outside part of the plate. 2-1 count now. 1 out in this 3-run bottom of the third for Michigan. 2-1 to Valamont. She's going to crash that one right back to the pitcher on one hop. Thompson managed to fire it down to second, but the double play could not be made, as Valamont's going to be safe at first, but unfortunately Ella Stevenson was called out at second.
Yeah, great
so
job
2 outs now.
Great job by Valamont getting to the first base and preventing that double play.
Yeah, and a really quick play by Thompson there. Got to give her props for getting that ball so fast and knowing exactly where to go with it. As she fires the first pitch to Fantuzzi, a little bit low on that one. It's going to be 1-0 count, 2 outs. Second pitch delivered and swung through, 1-1.
She's 1 for 1 today, obviously, with that home run earlier. Her first home run of the season. Looking to continue that hot streak here.
Absolutely. 1-1 pitch. It's a curveball, going to be low and away. 2-1. You'd have to think you're pitching around her a little bit after seeing what she did her first at-bat.
Yeah, for sure.
2-1 pitch delivery, and that one's going to be on the inside, called strike on the check swing as well. 2-2. 2 outs, runner on first. Corners in a little bit for the Huskies. Middle infield deep. 2-2 pitch delivered, and that's a chopper over to shortstop and dropped and knocked down. And that is going to be a safe one base for Fantuzzi. Interesting to see if that's going to be scored an error or not. Tough play as Acevedo was moving to her right. Looks like they have it scored as a hit so far, so there we go. 2 for 2 on the day. As this first pitch going to Erickson was in play, shot towards the middle of the infield, but looks like it's going to be an out at
First
second.
base. They called it out, yep.
Yeah,
out on first, out of Erickson.
Sorry. And that's going to end the inning. But unfortunate that Michigan couldn't extend the lead a little bit more there with runners on base. However, a great inning, to get up to a nice 4-run lead. When you have Gabby Ellis coming back into this game, she's going to be able to pitch a lot more comfortably knowing that she's got a lead behind her.
100%. I mean, you take that for the Wolverines. 4-0 lead. And the Huskies, they've been struggling on the offensive side too, and all credit to the Wolverines defense. I mean, multiple instances where they've been making the plays to get these outs and leaving multiple runners stranded on base too.
Yeah, very, very clutch performance by this defense so far. Up next for Washington, we have Ava Carroll, Melody Acevedo, and Mila Reddy.
All of them 0 for 1 so far today on at the plate today. That still doesn't discredit how dangerous this Husky team is. They can score in a flurry. For the Wolverines, you're playing with confidence right now, especially Gabby Ellis. Phenomenal start from her.
For sure. So, left-handed batter coming up to the plate now in the top of the 4th. Ava Carroll looking to get some offense going for Washington, get some runs on the board. Ellis squats. Here's the delivery on the first pitch. Up and away, ball one. One 0 pitch to Ava Carroll. This one's fly deep into center field, right at the warning track, and the play's made right at the wall.
Great job by
Janisa Conway.
Yeah, Janisa Conway there, backed up all the way against the wall. And man, if you got just a little bit more under that, that would have been gone, and that would have been a Huskies home run. But Janisa Conway played that perfectly.
Ellis is definitely going to take that long out for sure. Here's the right-handed batter, Acevedo now. She's going to take a first pitch ball outside on the curveball. Also good fundamental textbook play there from Conway. She went all the way to the wall, found it with her hand, and then started to come back a little bit towards the ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one is rocketed off the wall in left field. And the throw's going to go over the head of the second baseman and is thankfully collected, but that's going to be a quick double. Very, very fast exit velocity on that one.
Yeah, Ellis Stevenson. She looked like she was expecting a little bit more air under that ball, but it was pretty low, and it just kind of bounced right in front of her towards that back wall, rifles it towards second base and just over the head of Indiana Langford. So a double for the Huskies.
Yeah, that's one way they can put a little bit more of a spark plug into this offense and get them going with one out, having a runner already in scoring position.
For sure. Great hit by Melody Acevedo, and now we have Mila Reddy up to bat. And Gabby Ellis will take a seat after her amazing pitching so far through around 3.5 innings.
Yes, giving up 6 hits, no runs. Very clutch performance in the top of the third to prevent any scoring. And now coming in for Michigan, we have number 21, Kat Myers, the right-handed pitcher, sophomore. Getting warmed up here now. So, Kat Myers, so far this season, she's got a 2.98 ERA. She's 5-3, and she's had 13 appearances, 9 starts. But coming in now for Ellis. We get set to resume play here now. Mila Reddy stepping up to the plate. Acevedo remains on second after her double off the wall in left field. Looks like we're actually going to be having Thompson, the pitcher for Washington, hit. This will be her first at-bat of the day. Pitch delivered, and that one is outside for ball one. Thompson, the left-handed hitter, going up against Cat Myers. Here's Myers now with the delivery. That one sails a little bit high, but is still collected. 2-1 count or 2-0 count.
Great job by Lily Valamont there to secure that high pitch.
Corners coming in for Michigan a little bit against the left-handed hitter. Here's the delivery, and that one is got a lot of plate, but still no strike call there. 3-0 count.
Yeah, much to the disdain of the crowd once again. The 3-0 count for Allie Thompson. And her first at bat today.
Here's Myers' delivery on the 3-0, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to start her day. Unfortunate, but that's going to put a runner at both first and second now with 1 out, and the Huskies look like they have an opportunity to score their first run of the game.
Yeah, not what you want for the Wolverines, and we're going to have a meeting in the circle now.
Up to bat next is Sophie Mazzola, speaking with her coach before we get ready to go to start the rest of the top of the 4th here. Michigan 4-0 lead. We're also going to get a pinch runner at first for the Huskies. Coming into the game is number 9.
Mila Reddy.
Yes. Here's Myers on the delivery. That one's a little bit high. 1-0 count. Sophie Mazzola already 0-1 today. From the open stance in the left-hand batter's box, she takes a swing and pops this one to the left field warning track, sailing back and out of here. Very, very nearly robbed, but that is going to be a 3-run shot for Mazzola, and that should be her 3rd home run of the season, knocking in Washington's first 3 runs of the game, and they're going to be right back into this one.
Yeah, you talk about how dangerous this Washington offense is, and just like that, right back into this game, only down by 1 now, with 2 outs still in this inning, and Ella Stevenson, like you said, almost robbing that home run, but just couldn't get a handle of it.
Yeah, super close play there at the wall, and an unfortunate rough start for Myers with a walk and a homer given up. She's going to have 2 earned runs on her record. Obviously, she did inherit the runner from Ellis before Ellis came out. So Ellis is also going to get 1 earned run tacked on to her count for the day. So now she, I guess, is finished with what would be 1 earned run and... Oh, we're actually going to have another pitching change. Haley Ferguson is going to come into the game.
Ferguson's coming in, the right-handed pitcher, sophomore from Fairborn, Ohio. So just like that, the Huskies are right back in it, and Cat Myers is done for today.
Yeah, that was just what Washington needed to get the momentum back in this one.
Definitely. Still 2 outs to play, too, and Haley Ferguson looking to put the Wolverines back in the right direction. They were playing so amazingly defensively the first 3 innings. It's been this one that kind of everything has collapsed. And like we said with Washington earlier with the wheels falling off, the same thing has kind of been happening with the Wolverines.
And 3 total home runs so far on a cold and windy day. I mean, the ball is flying for sure. It's kind of unexpected for the temperature as well, but it's been a fun game for sure.
Oh yeah. So we're back to the top of the order for the Huskies as Casey Burdick will be up to bat, the freshman, hitting .400 this year.
All right, Ferguson stepping into the circle, ready to go up against Burdick. Burdick standing straight up in that left-handed batter's box. Here's the first pitch delivery, and she swings through the low pitch 0-1 count.
Great start for Haley Ferguson there.
Yeah, great spot. Here's Ferguson now with the second pitch. Slap bunt attempted, and that pitch just falls a little bit low, 1-1.
Ferguson 1 for 2 on the day. The single earlier. We're going to get back on base here in the fourth, as the Huskies trail by 1.
Ferguson squats down into the windup, delivers, slap bunt is successful, but the play is made by first baseman Aaron Hohen, and good job by second baseman there for Michigan to get over and cover. That would have been
Indiana Langford,
yes.
I believe, yeah. Like I said, great job by her, just rotating over quickly and getting her out. So 2 outs now for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and Ferguson finds herself at a nice start so far. First pitch coming to DeBoer. That one's going to be outside, so 1-0 count. DeBoer, the right-handed batter, in her wide stance in the box, squatting low. Here's the pitch from Ferguson, and that one's going to fall just a little bit low on the changeup there. 2-0 count. Michigan's infield playing back. They know DeBoer's got some power with 11 home runs on the season too. And Ferguson gets her first strike against DeBoer on a fastball in the high in the zone. 2-1 count. 2 outs, nobody on. Ferguson waiting for her pitch call. DeBoer steps out of the box, takes a dry swing. Ferguson settling in. Here's the motion on the 2-1 count, and that one's high and away. 2-2, or 3-2. 3-1, fuck. Three-one delivery, and that's a strike.
Nice job by Ferguson there, rifling it right down the middle for the strike.
Full count now, 2 outs. Ferguson looking to close out the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch, and that one is fouled down the left field line. DeBoer staying alive. Ferguson with the pitch, a little bit low, and DeBoer manages to battle and draw herself a walk.
Great job by DeBoer there, getting on base.
Washington continuing to draw out the top of this fourth inning just a little bit longer. We now see Alvarez stepping up to the plate in the left-handed batter's box.
Alvarez so far today, 2 for 2. Looking to continue that trend, very dangerous.
From the open stance, Alvarez takes a first pitch strike on the outside edge from Ferguson.
It's a great start by Ferguson, though. You definitely do not want to You want to get ahead of Alvarez on this count.
Ferguson with the delivery. Pitch just a little bit inside against Alvarez. 1-1 count. 2 outs, runner on first. Defense playing pretty straight up here against the left-handed batter. Ferguson in her motion, delivers the 1-1, and that one's flied and out of play down the left field line. 1-2. Ferguson finding herself at the advantage now.
Yeah, you definitely want to see yourself in that pitcher's count if you are Ferguson. Alvarez so far has been very dangerous.
Tough out to get here. Here's Ferguson with the 1-2, and this one's slapped by Alvarez into the left center gap, and that one's going to go all the way back to the wall as Alvarez rounds second and manages to knock in Washington's 4th run as they tie up the game here in the top of the 4th and elongate this inning even further. And just like that, Michigan's 4-run lead is erased as we're now tied up 4-4.
Yeah, you talk about how quickly that lead just got erased in 1 inning. And with 2 outs, I mean, the Huskies just crawled their way back into this game. Janisa Conway and Ella Stevenson both going for that ball, and both of them just missed it rolling down the track, and that allowed a Husky to get home. So 4 runs for each team now as Jaden Glab is up to bat.
Yeah, they rallied well. Here's the pitch from Ferguson. Called strike on the low corner. Yeah, Ferguson giving up a run, struggling a little bit like Myers, who came in earlier before her. She finds herself with 2 outs in a 0-1 count. Runner on second.
Yeah, for the Wolverines now, you really, really want to settle in.
Glab taking a second to speak with her coach, Tar. This is Heather Tar's first season with the Huskies.
For the Wolverines, you just want to get out of this inning and stop the bleeding. You've already given up 4 runs so far.
Yeah, a little bit demoralizing. You know, the bats are really going to have to show up in the bottom of the 4th, hopefully get themselves back into the lead so they can feel comfortable moving into the final few innings. Here's the pitch from Ferguson, and it's fouled back by Glab.
It's a great start by Ferguson. 0-2 count. Like we said, just try to stop the bleeding.
One more pitch here to get out of the jam. Ferguson settles in, squatting into her position. Here's the motion, and she fires the pitch outside into the left-handed batter's box. It's going to be her first ball. 1-2 count. Ferguson with the delivery of the 1-2. That pitch is just a little bit low.
Man, the Huskies are just so relentless. They're very good at, whenever they're down in the count, just crawling their way back. It's already happened twice so far today.
Yeah, those foul balls and really good zone presence has led them to get lots of runners on base. Ferguson delivers the 2-2, and it's right down the middle. Strike 3 as Glad swings through it, and that is going to be the end of the top of the 4th. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th now. Michigan back up to the bats.
Yeah, the first strikeout for Haley Ferguson today. It couldn't have come at a more perfect time. The Wolverines gave up 4 runs that inning. Gave up 4 runs that inning. And just like that, their 4-0 lead turns into a tied game. So now up to bat for the Wolverines, you have Janella Lacqua before we're back to the top of the order with Indiana Langford.
So, Reynold, do you think that the Michigan lead, if they were to earn one, do you think it's going to come from the small ball or the big ball that they've showed so far?
Man, I mean, looking at the way this game has been going, I think it would come from the big ball. The home runs have been crazy. We are still at 2 out of the 3 hits being home runs. And you going back to the top of the order with Langford, Conway already had one today. Putz leads the team with 12. I mean, if the Wolverines are looking to take back the lead, I do believe it'll have to come from the big ball here. And with the weather being a little bit more fair now, wind cooling down, sun is finally out.
Yeah, good to see it. And we're also going to see a pitching change for Washington here as Morgan Reamer, the sophomore right-handed pitcher, is going to come in to pick up the bottom of the 4th. Ilakwa steps up to the plate in the front of the right-handed batter's box from open stance. Here's the delivery on the first pitch, and it's fouled back into the stands.
Ilakwa 0 for 1 so far today, hitting around 360 on the year.
Reimer getting ahead early, settling in. Here's the delivery, and that pitch is just a little bit low. 1-1 count. Good block there by Glab. Third pitch is going to sail just a little bit high. 2-1 count now. Reimer trying to keep the good momentum going for Washington. Settles in, and here's the motion. And it's slapped down to second base, and fundamental easy play made there by Mila Reddy.
Yeah,
over to
great
first.
job by Reddy. Sound play by her as we're back to the top of the lineup for the Wolverines. Indiana Langford back up now.
Reimer gets her first out recorded. Looking for 2 more. Can Michigan get back on board with the leadoff batter? Called strike there on the slat bunt attempt. 0-1 start. Another slat bunt attempt for Langford, but that one's going to go foul down the left field line. 0-2.
Yeah, Indiana Langford, great at slapping the ball. I've seen it all season long. So far today, 0 for 1 and a walk.
Here's Reimer now with the delivery on the 0-2, and that one's just a little high. 1-2.
So 1-2 pitchers count for Reimer.
Once again, another slat bunt attempt from Langford. That one's fouled back. We're going to remain at a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2. Popped up and fouled back into the netting. Langford staying alive. She's a tough out. Trying to work herself back into a favorable position. One-two pitch. That one is going to find the edge of the zone. Strike 3 is called. First strikeout for Reimer, and Langford's going to go back to the bench. Up next, we have Janisa Conway. We saw Conway's last appearance was the home run out into right field.
The 2-run home run, I believe.
Looking to keep that bat hot. First pitch is a ball. Reimer settles in now. Comes to deliver the first pitch, or the second pitch. That one is also low and away, 2-0. Coming. Conway check swings, called strike anyway. Count is now 2-1.
It was a great pitch by Reimer. A lot of heat on that one.
Yeah, dotted the corner low and away as well. 2-1 pitch. Goes high out of the zone. It's going to be 3-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth. 4-4 game all tied up between the Washington Huskies leading the Big Ten and the Michigan Wolverines. Reimer delivering the pitch. And that one is going to be low and away as Conway draws a walk.
Now up to bat, Lauren Putz for the Wolverines. Like we said earlier, leads the team with 12 home runs. We're back against the wall with 2 outs, however, so.
We saw Michigan get their 2-out rally earlier. Putz is going to foul back that first pitch. She's got a runner on first. She's leading the team in RBIs. Looking to get another here. Keep the momentum going. Keep the train moving. Putz takes that changeup low on the low away side, but it's called for a strike. 0-2 now.
Another great pitch by Reimer, and so far she's been doing pretty solid.
Absolutely, she's had a good inning here so far.
15-1 record for Reimer, by the way, so.
She delivers her third pitch up and away, 1-2 count. Here's a pitch by Reimer. Low and in the dirt, but swung at by Putz. That one was drop third strike, so she ran down to first, but is thrown out. That's going to end the inning for Michigan as we're going to go on to the top of the fifth next.
Yeah, if you're the Huskies, you're feeling really, really good about yourself right now. Momentum has kind of flipped in this game. You start with it all being on the Wolverines side, and now you are in control, scoring 4 runs in just that past inning, and a clean, pretty clean inning defensively as well.
Absolutely. Washington scoring 4 runs off of 8 hits. Michigan 4 runs off of 3 hits. No errors so far in this game. Big difference that what we saw yesterday, where Michigan had 4 errors and Washington had 3, which was a big factor in why that game was so high scoring. This one, we've seen 2 pretty long innings with the 3rd inning and the 4th inning, but here we are on to the 5th.
Yeah, this game started off extremely defensively. And kind of since then, we've had a scoring flurry here. Looks like there will be a change on first base as well for the Wolverines, as looks like Maddie Ramey is coming in.
Ferguson remains at the mound for Michigan. Up to bat for Washington is Allie Hetzel.
Hetzel so far 1 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, she had double down the left field line in the 2nd. Here's a pitch by Ferguson, high and away. 1-0 count. Ferguson settles in. Here's the motion. Second pitch, just outside. 2-0 now. On the way. And that one's going to find the zone. Good spot by Ferguson to get back into the fight. 2-1 count now. Hetzel, the right-handed batter. She bats from a pretty closed stance, pretty tight in the stance. Takes a big stride, though, and takes that pitch as it's low at the bottom of the zone, but called strike.
Yeah, Haley Ferguson starting to get some momentum now. 2 strikes in a row right down in the middle of the zone.
2-2 now. Ferguson in the motion, delivers, and that changeup is just a bit high and away. Full count now towards Hetzel. Here's Ferguson on the full count. Swung at and fouled off down the line. Hetzel staying in the fight. Gets a quick word from her coach. Steps out, takes a dry swing. Settling back into the box now. And that one is fouled back into the netting down the left field line yet again. Hetzel really extending this at bat, working up the pitch count.
Yeah, we said that's the Huskies. That's kind of what they're really, that's their forte so far this game, is just fighting back in these counts and increasing the pitch count for these pitchers. Wolverines already cycling through 2 or 3.
Hetzel steps out and takes another dry swing, but now she's ready and back in. Ferguson to deliver another foul ball. That one towards the Washington dugout. Very early on all these pitches. She's already pretty far forward in the right-handed batter's box, looking to get it timed up, put a ball in play. Ferguson, I'd look to go to the slower stuff, catch her off guard, and that fastball is low and inside, ball 4, as Hetzel earns herself a walk.
Yeah, and talk about this pitch count for Ferguson, already over 20 pitches on the day.
Yeah, she did a good job to close out the end of her appearance in the 4th, but it's a very slow start to the top of the 5th for her.
Yeah, 28 pitches for her exactly after that at bat.
Up now, Ava Carroll, the left fielder for the Huskies. Left-handed batter, far back in the box from an open stance. Delivery from Ferguson, slap bunt attempted, and that one's going to roll back out of play. Foul ball, 0-1 count.
Ava Carroll so far 0 for 2 on the day.
Flied out both times to center field. Corners in for Michigan. Here's the delivery for Ferguson, and this one's flied into right field. High fly ball and caught, and nice play made by Lauren Putz as she camped underneath that one.
Yeah, great job by Lauren Putz there. Tracking the ball in the sun now, as the sun looks like it's staying out for a little bit. So you have Melody Acevedo now up to bat.
Left-handed batter from the open stance. Takes the delivery from Ferguson. And that's a quick fastball right over the plate. Gets ahead in the 0-1 count now.
Yeah, great start by Ferguson there with the fastball.
Valamont looking back the runner at first after the pitch was delivered. Michigan corners playing in a little bit still. Another fastball from Ferguson. That one doesn't find the plate on the inside edge a little bit. 1-1 count. Here's Ferguson now into their motion. Delivers a curveball, and that one smacked all the way over the wall in left center field. Yet another home run for the Washington Huskies. Back-to-back innings. They've now scored another 2 runs. That 2-run shot from Acevedo, as they've taken the lead now 6-4 here in the top of the 5th.
Melody Acevedo, the freshman, just her second home run of the year. But man, that one was pretty straight over center field and over the fence.
Yeah, that one got out of here in a hurry. Timed it up pretty well on that curveball.
Now for the Huskies, you're feeling really good as you're up 2 runs.
Yeah, going from down 4 to the big comeback to tie it to now take the lead in the top of the 5th. The momentum has shifted incredibly here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and only 1 out so far, so you can still tack on some more.
Ferguson delivers the first 2 pitches. First one was a ball, second one was a strike to Mila Reddy. She's a left-handed batter, batting from an open stance. Ferguson on the delivery, fires it in. That one's going to catch the bottom of the zone. 1-2.
So pitchers count for Ferguson. For the Wolverines, you really want to try to stop the bleeding now before the Huskies get too far ahead in this game.
1 out here in the top of the 5th. Ferguson delivers the 1-2. It's low and away. 2-2 count now. Ferguson on the 2-2 delivery. This one smacked down the line and foul. Reddy steps out to catch her breath. Now back into the box. Ferguson ready to deliver. Here's the 2-2. And that one smacked down to third base. An easy, clean play. Good throw right on target for Maddie Airy.
Great job here by the Wolverines, kind of getting back into it, settling back in, and just 1 out away from getting out of this inning with damage done, but still keeps them in this game. And a bunt. But great fielding by the Wolverines, and they get out of this inning.
Right on that first pitch, being able to get that bunt out, stop the bleeding, end the top of the 5th, going to the bottom of the 5th now. Reynold, what do you think Michigan can do to get themselves back into this game, potentially tie up or take the lead?
Well, they need to get something going on offense. Nothing has really come to them since the 3rd inning where they had 3 runs. Really got to find some runners on base. Haven't had great success at doing that at all today. Only 3 hits on the day, and the only reason why they're still in this game is because 2 of those hits were home runs. So really got to find themselves on base here, get runners in scoring position, and most importantly, you cannot leave runners on base if you're the Wolverines. This Husky team is so dangerous.
Yeah, and the Huskies have been doing a good job getting through the tough top part of the Michigan lineup where they have, 4 batters batting over 400 and, um, making sure that those players that are usually finding themselves on base a lot are going blank in the score sheet.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that top of the lineup. Indiana Langford so far 0 for 2 on the day. Lauren Putz 0 for 1. Aaron Hain 0 for 2. And Jessica Conway, the only one that has found success, 1 for 2. And that one hit was a home run. So, like you said, not a lot of success for this top of the lineup so far. But credit to the Huskies. They've done a phenomenal job at containing this dangerous part of the lineup. But Aaron Hain is back up to bat now.
Yep, Aaron Hain batting cleanup. Gets the first pitch, change up over the middle of the plate for a strike.
Yeah, now with the Huskies, Morgan Reimer in. Very talented pitcher for them. 15-1 on the season.
Reimer delivers the second pitch ball. 1-1 count now. Swung at and fouled back by Hain. 1-2.
And Reimer doing a phenomenal job getting ahead in the count.
Here's the pitch. That one skips in the dirt. Luckily, no runners on base, or they would have advanced pretty easily. 2-2 count now.
Yeah, the catcher, Jaden Glab, has done a pretty good job fielding pitches all day long. That one into the dirt, got away from her a little bit.
Curveball called strike at the top of the zone to strike out Aaron Hain, and that one is going to be the second strikeout for Reimer.
Yeah, 2 Ks already on 24 pitches. 3 Ks, actually. That's her third strikeout, yeah, on 24 pitches. So she has been playing amazingly so far.
Yeah, really attacking the zone, unlike some of the Husky pitchers earlier in the game. Ella Stevenson swings at the first pitch, fouls it down, or it's in play down to third, and she gets thrown out at first.
Yeah, nothing really going offensively for the Wolverines so far. Lily Valamont now up to bat 0 for 2 on the day so far. Batting .268 so far this season. Looks to provide a spark for the Wolverines.
Lily Valamont takes the first pitch ball. 1-0 count now. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Michigan down 6-4 against the Huskies. Here's Ferguson's pitch, and that curveball is going to loop in over the plate for a first strike in this at-bat. 1-1 count.
Man, Morgan Reimer, these pitches are pretty. One of the best pitchers in the Big Ten. Just finding the perfect location for these.
Reimer now in the windup, delivers, and
another
that one
strike.
Right again over the middle of the plate. Had some movement on it. Gets herself to a pitcher's count, 1-2. Lily Valamont yet to swing. Here's the pitch. That one's low. Good take. 2-2 count. Valamont had the fielder's choice in the 3rd inning, which scored Michigan's 4th run of the day. Takes that pitch low to get back to full count. She's battled back in this at-bat. Full count, 2 outs. Looking to get something going. 2-out rally for Michigan, perhaps. Here's Reimer with the delivery. And this one swung at and chopped down the third base line, but caught out of play, and that's going to be a foul ball. Headed back to the plate now.
Yeah, full count still. The Wolverines looking to get back into this game, down 2 runs right now after a great start. But now Morgan Reimer in, and all the momentum has flipped towards the Huskies.
Swung at and lined, and one hopped over to second base is Valamont's final pitch of the inning. As we're going to have to move on to the top of the 6th, the Huskies are going to grab their bats again.
And just like that, the Huskies are moving through these hitters so quickly. And man, shout out to Morgan Reimer. She's been playing phenomenally so far. So
Absolutely.
At bat for Washington, we're back to the top of the lineup. Casey Burdick in, freshman to hit at bat first. The Wolverines just looking for anything, looking to stop the bleeding as the Huskies have scored 6 unanswered.
Yeah, giving up 9 hits. Hard to win like that.
Looks like another pitching change for the Wolverines as Aaron Hain will now be the pitcher. Kind of the ace so far for the Wolverines in terms of pitching.
Hopefully Hain can be the answer that Michigan needs. It's unfortunate that Gabby Ellis came out of this game a little early because she had pitched yesterday as well. But, you know, she was off to such a good start today that it's unfortunate that some of these relief pitchers have given up runs. Washington back to the top of the lineup. Casey Burdick, the center fielder, up to bat. Michigan brings their entire infield in, expecting a slap bunt. Aaron Hain ready to deliver her first pitch. Umpire getting the plate cleaned. As we're ready now to start the top of the 6th inning. Washington Huskies 6, Michigan Wolverines 4. First pitch delivered, slapped back into the netting by Burdick. 0-1 count.
For the Wolverines, you want to get out of this inning and you want to get out of it fast. Get out of the top of the inning, I should say. Cannot afford to give up any more runs, especially as the offense have kind of slowed down so far.
Hain delivers that pitch a little bit low, called ball, 1-1 count now. And yeah, I totally agree with you. Michigan, if they can keep the pitch count low, get through this top inning, this top half of the inning, get back to the bats, it will really help with the momentum and hopefully so they don't burn through any more pitchers. Diving play made by the third baseman, Maddie Erickson, as that slap bunt did not find the ground. It was popped up into the air. She fell backwards on like the diving attempt, extended arm to make the play. Great catch.
Yeah, phenomenal job by her. And man, Wolverines desperately needed that.
For sure, getting that spark on defense. The defense now back into their straight-up positions, but unfortunately, Aaron Hain's going to throw a hit-by pitch to DeBoer. That one hit her kind of off the hands, or maybe the forearm.
Yeah, it looked like hit her forearm first and then bounced and hit her square in the body. But she looks to be okay, just kind of took it.
Yeah, whenever the ball is going towards the wrist or forearm area, those ones are always the most dangerous. Looks like Tar is going to come out and talk to her player, make sure everything's all good.
But Alexis DeBoer seems to feel okay even after that hit. So
give Erin Hain a quick break to recollect herself.
Next up the bat for the Huskies too, Giselle Alvarez, 3 for 3 on the day. Desperately trying to change that trend if you're Erin Hain right now. And if you're the Huskies, you expect her to continue that trend and really cement this game away.
Hain's first pitch finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 count against Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez has been doing a great job keeping innings going, extending her at-bats, getting on base, and now she finds a runner in front of her, looking to get another RBI. This one is flied and fouled back and out of play as Hain jumps out to a quick 0-2 count. Here's the third pitch, swung at and flied into right field. Crashing in comes Putz. She makes the catch and throws back to first. Safe at first, but Hain manages to get her second out of the inning.
Yeah, nice job by DeBoer getting quickly back to first base, preventing the 2-out play. But Putz, great job tracking the ball, running up to it, and getting the quick out.
Yeah, and finally putting Alvarez away this game. Up now is Glab. Takes the first pitch, strike.
And Erin Hain starting to get some confidence now.
Yeah, she's really firing into the zone now. She chalks up her hand as she waits for the pitch call. Here she is in her motion now. Fires in a ball just outside. About a 50-50 call. Looks like it was right on the edge there. 1-1 count now. Here's Glab. Swinging and fouling back. 1-2 count.
Yeah, Jaden Glab so far 0 for 2 on the day. That one just fouls out up and over the net behind her. The Wolverines really desperately looking to get one more out and give their batters another chance. And that's how you do it.
Hain firing in that strike 3, swung over, and Glab gets the final. Glab is the final out of the top of the 6. Michigan bats coming up next.
And Avery Fantucci is up to bat for the Wolverines. She had that home run earlier, first of the season. That kind of gave the Wolverines the momentum and the energy that kicked off that quick 4-0 start. Hopefully she can do the same here. I'm not sure whose birthday it is, but it looks like the band is playing Happy Birthday. But yeah, I mean, Avery Fantucci, you need something on offense here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, base runners are sorely needed for Michigan right now.
Yeah.
They've left a couple stranded, the last ones that they've had in the 5th and 4th inning.
Yeah, you've had 2 innings in a row where you haven't found much success at all offensively, and now you're down in a 2-run deficit. So Avery Fantucci now. They're going to give some juice back to this Wolverines offense.
All right. Stepping into the box is Fantucci. On the mound still for the Huskies is Reimer. delivering the first pitch. Called strike on the outside edge of the plate. 0-1. Swung at and chopped just over the pitcher, and Reimer manages to get back and make a play on it and throw out Fantucci at first, her first time getting out this game.
That's a close one there, but great job by Reimer, just backpedaling and getting the ball off the bounce, quickly rifling it to first base. Now Maddie Erickson up the bat, 0 for 1 so far today.
Here's Reimer's first pitch. Swung at and fouled into the stands by Erickson. Huskies defense playing pretty straight up. Corners in just a bit. Second pitch coming. Swung at and missed. Strike 2.
Yeah, Maddie Reimer having herself a hell of a game here.
Yeah, she was really the answer that the Huskies needed after Michigan had a 4-run jump out lead.
That pitch, however,
just
goes
skips
down in
away.
the dirt, yeah.
1-2 count now. One out, nobody on for Erickson. Here's the 1-2. Swung at and fouled back, staying alive.
Yeah, still a pitcher's count for Reimer. And man, already 3 Ks so far this game. Looking for a 4th right here.
1-2 delivery again. Swing, strike 3, drop third strike. Erickson jogs down to first but is thrown out. That's going to make it the second out of the bottom of the 6th.
And the Wolverines still ice cold on offense. Haven't found much success since that 3rd inning. I mean, it's been a struggle here for the Wolverines, and if it wasn't for that quick scoring outburst in the 2nd and the 3rd, this game would be completely out of reach. But so Janelle Lacqua back up the bat.
First pitch delivered by Reimer is up and away, ball 1. Pitch number 2, delivered low. Ball is called. 2-0 count now. Michigan needs yet another 2-out rally if they want to get back into this game. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th.
You desperately want something here, and a great hit by Lacqua.
Unfortunately caught and collected near the right field line there.
Sophie Mazzola. Easy play for her. And the Wolverines now find themselves in a very deep hole as we move into the 7th. And the Huskies, they lead.
Yeah, Huskies in the top of the 7th now. Gonna bring up the bats, hopefully get some more insurance runs if they want to close out this game to Michigan. Michigan's final hope is gonna have to come in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, if you're Michigan right now, you want to get out of this, the top of the inning with no more damage done. Looks like we'll have another change on first base. As looks like, for as of right now, Sienna Snyder will be coming in, the freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. So Aaron Hain, pretty solid last go around in the 6th. Looking to continue that trend here in the 7th and keep the Wolverines in this game.
Waiting to start the inning now. Up to bat is number 23, Allie Hetzel, the second baseman.
Hetzel so far 1 for 2 on the day.
She knocks that one through.
Great start from her.
The gap in the infield between third and short, and that one is going to be a very quick first pitch single for Hetzel.
Yeah, Avery Fantucci diving out, the shortstop there, trying to make that play to stop the ball from rolling out, but makes its way onto the outfield, and great start for the Huskies. Ava Carroll now up the bat, 0 for 3 on the day. So Aaron Hain trying to close her out.
Corners in against Ava Carroll. That first pitch is going to be up and away. 1-0 count now. Aaron Haynes settles in. Here's the delivery. And that one, change up high, ball 2. Pinch runner coming in now for the Huskies, as we're going to see Hetzel head back to the dugout. And in now for Hetzel is number 24, Jade Bubik. As Ava Carroll settles back into the box. Here's the pitch. High and away yet again. 3-0 count now.
Yeah, all these pitches from Haynes so far seem to be getting away from her a little bit. Way out of the zone.
Yeah, Carroll 0 for 3, yet she's getting pitched around just a bit. Here's the 4th pitch coming. That one finds the zone. Fastball for a strike, 3-1 count. Slap bunt attempted by Carroll, but that strike was fired in by Hain. Full count now.
And extra by Hain crawling back into this one. Full count, looking to close this one out.
Here's the full count delivery, and that one slapped through the first base gap into right field, and Carroll's got her first hit of the day. As the Huskies have now strung together 2 straight singles.
Nice job by Ava Carroll. Finding her first success, batting on the day.
Acevedo up to the plate now. 2 runners on, no outs. Takes the first pitch high out of the zone.
For the Huskies right now, you're feeling really, really good. And for the Wolverines, really got to dial it back in. 0 outs, 2 runners on base.
Yeah, the Huskies, runner in scoring position now, looking to tack on insurance runs as Acevedo fouls that second pitch out of play. 1-1 count. Here's Haynes settling in. Delivers the pitch, and that one grounded right up the middle past second base. And now in the top of the 7th, the Huskies have gotten 3 straight ground ball singles, each through a different gap in the infield. Really spreading around their offense now. They're stringing together hits. The bats are coming on fire. 12 hits now on the day. Bases loaded, no out jam for Hain.
Yeah, these ground balls are killing the Wolverines right now, and the bases loaded. Already down 2 at the top of the 7th. Your back is up against the wall. Need to pull off some magic here to come out without unscathed, without any more damage.
Quick pitching visit from Michigan after the 3 hits. Haynes been doing a good job at firing into the zone, but got exploited this inning by the hot bats of the Huskies. Huskies, if they can maintain this lead throughout the inning, will find themselves still undefeated in conference play. They lead the Big Ten as of right now.
Now pinch hitting for Mila Reddy is Zuri Patterson.
Haynes delivers first pitch high. It's 2-1 to Patterson. Fourth pitch comes in low. 3-1 count to Patterson. Haynes delivers. That one's going to come as a strike. I'll correct myself. That is 2-1 count now. Bases loaded, no out jam for Haynes. Can't she get out of it? Delivers the pitch, and that check swing is fouled back by Patterson, 2-2.
Here you go for Haynes. This is the big moment that she's been waiting for. Need to get out of this one clean, and then she got 2 more to go. But it all starts here.
Check swing, popped up, back behind the dugout, foul. 2-2 count. And that pitch is delivered low, but it's a strike as Patterson swings over it. The pinch hitter comes in unsuccessful. Haynes gets her first out of the inning, starts working to get out of this bases loaded jam.
First out of the inning, second out of the game for her, and now Sophie Mazzola up the bat.
Haynes' first pitch comes in a little bit high. 1-0. Looking for a ground ball here, maybe get some double play action, infield that double play depth. And that one is popped up behind the third base line, called by Vantucci, and she's gonna make the catch. Second out, very nice, very clean play there, helping Haynes get out of this jam. Now just 2 outs. Anything works.
Man, if the Wolverines can find themselves getting out of this, puts them in a position to come back the bottom of the 7th, and great job by Fantucci there. Foul ball out to the left, and great job getting under it. So 1 more out to go, and another pinch hitter. Gabby Tody comes in for Casey Burdick.
Looking to knock in any insurance runs they can for the Huskies. Stepping in with a wide stance in the right-handed batter's box. Here's the first pitch. Right at the letters, called ball. 1-0 count.
And the fans weren't too happy about that call.
Here's the second pitch. Check swing. They're going to have to look at the third base umpire. He calls strike. 1-1 count now.
Aaron Hain looking for some more magic here, getting the Wolverines out of this one.
And she's hit by pitch on her left wrist. Jogs down to first, as that's going to bring in one insurance run for the Huskies. They're going to jump out to a 7-4 lead now. Here in the top of the 7th, Michigan looking for their final defensive out.
Yeah, not what you want if you're the Wolverines, but down 3 runs still gives you a chance. You don't really want anything more than that, however. Looks like Casey Burdick will be back in a pinch run. But Alexis DeBoer now is up to bat.
One for 2 on the day. She gets ready. She steps into the right-handed batter's box, deep in the box. Hain can put some heat on it. Base is loaded, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. Low and away, ball 1. One-0 pitch in delivery. Swung and missed by DeBoer. Great pitch there. Got her on the changeup. 1-1 count.
Erin Hain needs a few more of those to get out of this inning.
Hain settles in. Here's the pitch. Fastball low. 1-2. Or excuse me. 2-1. And this pitch flied into the right center gap and corralled by Conway. That's going to end the top of the 7th. Michigan coming up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Looking to get right back in this game. It's going to take 3 runs to tie, 4 to win it.
Yeah, if you're the Wolverines, though, this is exactly who you want batting right back up to the top of the lineup. This very talented top with Langford, Conway, Putz, and Hain. These are the hitters that you want if you're the Wolverines.
Absolutely.
Man, they've been cold on offense since that 3rd inning, however. Really got to find some momentum, and they got to find it quick. So they're down 3 runs here at the bottom of the 7th in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and lots of credit goes out to the Washington pitcher, Reimer. She came in and really shut down this Michigan offense here for the second half of the game. And she's going to stay in for this bottom of the 7th, looking to close it out and get the win.
Totally. Morgan Reimer, one of the best pitchers in the Big Ten, 15-1 record. Already has 4 strikeouts this game. I mean, man, she really turned the tide for the Huskies here. Back up to the top of the lineup. Indiana Langford looking to kick things off for the Wolverines.
All right, can the Wolverines get a bottom of the 7th inning rally to get back in the game? Langford stepping into the deep part of the left-handed batter's box. Infield in. Here's the pitch. Popped up, back out of play. 0-1.
Indiana Langford 0 for 2 on the day, looking to change that now. Cannot come at a more important time. Backs up against the wall. Wolverines down 7 runs to 4 after a quick 4-0 lead. There's been 7 unanswered by the Huskies. That
as Langford
goes out.
Slaps that one down the left field line, foul. 0-2 now. Looking to be Michigan's first base runner here to get the rally going. No outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Swung at and missed, strike 3. That's going to give Reimer, her 5th strikeout of the day, and 1 out for the Wolverines as the top of the lineup. Once again, still struggling, these leaders. But good thing Janisa Conway's up to bat. She had a home run earlier in this game. She's 1 for 2. Can she be the spark plug again? First pitch, outside, ball 1.
Man, Morgan Reimer's really firing these inside, putting heat on the ball. The Wolverines looking for a miracle now.
Second pitch incoming. Curveball catches the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Wolverines down to their last 2 outs. What can they make of it? Third pitch incoming. And then one slapped down to second base by Conway and handled well. Second out is in the books now. Michigan on their last life.
Yeah, and you have Lauren Putz. I mean, if you have anybody that you want hitting in this situation, it is Lauren Putz, arguably the best hitter for the Wolverines.
Can she get the sorely needed 2-out rally in the bottom of the 7th going for the Wolverines? Reimer's settled in to deliver to the left-handed Putz. Throws the changeup, catches the outside part for strike 1.
Man, Morgan Reimer, so crucial to this game. It's just really shut down this entire Wolverines offense as soon as she came in.
That fastball is going to miss the outside part of the plate. We're going to go to a 1-1 count. Third pitch curves in low for ball 2. Putz at the advantage now. Defense playing straight up, corners in a little bit. Here's the pitch, and that one slapped towards the second baseman, handled well, and that's going to be the last out of the game. The Washington Huskies are going to take their second win in Ann Arbor, 7-4 over the Michigan Wolverines. An unfortunate loss, but the Wolverines are now going to be 0-5 in Big Ten play. The Huskies are now 8-0 in Big Ten play, maintaining their lead in the conference. Reynold, what were your key takeaways of this game?
Yeah, I think we totally saw the potential of this Wolverines team today. I mean, we saw them go out quick with a 4-0 lead, and we saw them play great defense in the first 3 innings or so, and then it kind of everything just fell apart. The Huskies got incredible momentum behind them. Morgan Reimer, my player of the game, she was incredible. Came in and immediately shut down this Wolverines offense. So kudos to her, but this is a talented Wolverines squad, and it's experienced Wolverines squad at that as well. They have the potential to kind of bounce back from this 0-5 start. And they, there's another rematch tomorrow at noon, so looking for more success then. But for the Wolverines, I think you take the positives away from this game, and you can't hang your head too low after this one.
Absolutely. They played hard against a really tough team today, and maybe they'll be able to steal one towards the end of the series tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in to WCBN Sports. Make sure to tune in to our coverage of the Big Ten Championship for hockey against Ohio State later tonight. And as always, signing off with a Go Blue, and have a great day.